It's me. Welcome back. It's Wednesday night. Yeah, there was no Tuesday night last night. Not my fault this time. There was no comic books last night. So we're here. It's Wednesday night. Yes, it's going to be another condensed show. Just me. I know. You're all crying out there. Guess what? Too bad. We have one person who's gone. We have two people here who can't read books right now, and the other person's going through medical problems, and she's not going to be here. And as for the other guys, you know what? My show! I started it! Deal with it! You want to talk about comic books? We'll talk about comic books. You want to talk about Muppets and the boys? Then you know we'll have a show for that. But right now, it's here for comics. Really nice and simple. We'll start off with Marvel this week. One of Nika's one, the Cute Girls comic books. I don't read it, but it's cute. It's got the best colors from Marvel inside. Yes, it's the Emerald City of Oz. Woo! Yes. And I must admit that there is a bit of a preference for the colorist. Alright, so that's for kids. It's a great book, especially for girls. Okay, Marvel AI, Avengers AI. Oy. Wow, it's like, why can't comic book companies just do a couple of titles and just stick to them? Why do they have to do so many different crossovers and whatnot? It's just ridiculous. The Hunger. Okay, cool cover from Marvel. It's a good series. Even though I did overhear people saying, going, which Galactus is this? Are they in... Okay. My problem with this is, it reads as a regular Marvel title, but it makes you realize, oh, is this the Ultimate Universe? That's the one problem with this series. Apart from that, it's not a bad read. Okay, Iron Man, the Secret Origin of... Okay, it's in space. The only good thing about it is it's in space and Death Head's in it. Really cool. Death Head Crush. This would have been Marvel's cover of the week, except there's just too much of this and this. Which means I'm giving Marvel's cover of the week to the only last Marvel I bought, Avengers Infinity. It's a pretty book. It's pretty. Okay. The story, well, it's the new universe basically comes to Marvel, which is basically it. So, I just can't wait for DP7 to show up. That's a hint, Marvel. DP7. Okay, DC. Here we go. Phantom Stranger. Enough said. Okay, this one I'm surprised. I'm enjoying it more and more, the movement. And I almost gave this DC's cover of the week. It was just kind of cool, but wasn't quite good enough. Okay, on the downside this week, Earth 2. Sorry, just, you started off well and it's kind of going this way. Okay, Dial H. Cool cover. A weird book. Always has been a weird book. It got really weird this issue. Like I said, if you haven't picked them up, buy the trade. It'll be a fun read one night when you're drinking some absinthe and kind of want to lose your brain a little bit. I'm just saying. Okay, Batwing. Yeah. They get rid of the bad Batwing, bring a cool Batwing in, and it's starting to go the bad way again. Alright, Detective Comics, The Wrath. Okay, predictable. I'm sorry, DC. The new 52, you're just taking old stuff and rehashing it. We've seen this storyline before. Alright, Legend of the Dark Knight. The stuff that has nothing to do with continuity. Typical Batman kind of story, so it was alright. Okay, better this week. Green Lantern got better. It's kind of more interesting again. There's a couple of jokes in there. It was fun. It was a good read. Action Comics. Yeah. I don't know. I buy all these DC books. I'm starting to get really kind of stressed with them. Okay, Stormwatch. Once again, I'm only buying this thing for one reason. It's Starlin writing it. The actual characters I don't care about, but the story with Starlin writing it is actually a fun story now, so it's kind of interesting. Okay, one for Mad Machaga who can't read it, but she looks at the pretty pictures. Anime Girls. Yeah, it's just this is what I call bathroom silly fun reading. Teenage boys are gonna love this.
I don't even remember what it's about anymore.
See, this is how much you ever get. See, this is what happens when you're in a car accident and you get concussed. She can't read.
I don't know what it's about.
She can't remember what the comic's about.
I don't know.
That's what it's like. That's why it's a one-man show.
All right, dang it.
Swamp Thing. I will actually say this issue was a bit better than the last, but I don't know. I still think Animal Man and Swamp Thing should be Vertigo titles, and they should have that dark edge to it. And I'm getting really tired of Constantine, by the way. I know a few people out there love him, but on this Trinity thing is going to be boring. Okay, which basically leaves only a couple left. I was going to give DC's cover of the week to this cover. And if you want to go by DC's regular titles, that would be the best cover from DC's regular titles. Green Arrow story inside. I'm sorry, go back to the old 52. Green Arrow was so much better. Okay, the new one from Vertigo. Depends which cover you look at it. Trillium or Trillium. Trillium or Trillium. You know what? It's not exactly my favorite kind of artwork, but it is sort of Ted McGeeverish, and I actually enjoyed it. You know, this is what Vertigo is supposed to be. Edgy, different comic books. Not, oh look, here's Tom Strong, here's another character we bought the rights to. This is what Vertigo is supposed to be. Different storytelling. This I liked. So I'm going to give DC's all-around cover 2, 1, no surprise, fairest. Yep. This cover is just, okay, it's pre-Halloween, I know, but this cover is just so wicked cool. I mean, look in the mirror, you can see it. You just, from across the room, glowing eyeballs, you know, cool. The story's fun, too. So that's it for Marvel and DC's. Let's do the alternates. Okay, Valiant. I'm actually starting to get disappointed with Valiant. As you know, I'm planning on making some cuts to my comic book buying in September, because, you know, unless I get sponsors, I'll be cutting this out. Disappointing. Valiant's starting to do this now. They're becoming a little bit too mainstream and too predictable, and they started off so well. Okay, this is you want to call it a coffee table listen or whatnot, but I was waiting for number 1 to come back out. Absolutions 1 and 2. This came out last week. You know what? Stupid, fun, violence. It's the kind of book that I know Leroy is going to want to read. It was literally just violence. It's just nonsense, violence, kind of enjoyable. Guilty pleasure. Alright, another one that Mad Monchago has been enjoying, but she doesn't remember the story anymore. Suicide Risk. Interesting.
Is this the one with the cop?
This is the one with the cop, yes.
Alright, okay, I vaguely remember what happened.
Can you remember the last issue?
Did I read it?
Concussion, people. This is how sad it is.
Oh, I'll cry.
Alright, this is a cool cover. I've been enjoying this series. It's up and down for the most part. This is a better issue, higher worth. Nice concept. You could do this into a science fiction movie with only a couple actors. Think about it. Alright, alternate cover of the week. Actually, the insides are getting really boring. I'm actually getting tired of the stories in this slate, but the cover is really cool. This Shadow. Alternate cover of the week. Now, I was always a Shadow fan, but unfortunately, lately, the Shadow stories just aren't really doing it for me. Might be on the chopping block. Great! Another one that Suzanne normally reads, Mademoiselle Shawgirl Catalyst number 2 came out.
I read the first one.
Yes, you did. Okay. I read the first one too. It's a fun series. Okay, so, you know, and if you're wondering physically, you know, Mademoiselle Shawgirl still got aches and pains. Brain-wise, as you can tell, she can't remember reading number 1 of this. So.
I'm sorry.
Okay. That's why it's a one-man show, folks. Things happen.
I can stand and hold the camera,
hey,
though.
One of Allison's books, Abe Sapien. You know, because of Allison, I started reading this. I've always been a fan of Mignola and the characters. It was interesting. I know when Allison can start reading again without getting a headache, she'll read it and catch up. She'll recommend this. Hey, weak spot. I like his artwork. It's a silly kind of comic book, and we can't get Black Kiss in Canada, so it's the next best thing. If you're a Chaykin fan, pick it up. I also want to point out this. There's a comic book that's coming out soon. I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes out, buy number 1. It's going to sell out because, let's be honest, sex sells, and Sex Criminals, when it comes out, will most likely sell out. So that said, you know, enjoy the read. Alright, they're wrapping up Luther Strode. Ta-da! It was a fun little wrap-up. It was a cartoony series. I enjoyed it. Leroy enjoyed it. However, next year, it's coming back. Fun little series. Nice little wrap-up. Okay, one series that I'm enjoying the inside artwork with. The cover this week left me disappointed, but 10 grand. I actually like this series. This is one of those series where, you know what, you really will spend time looking at the artwork. It's one of those ones that it might be a sleeper for some people, but I mean, you know, okay, a little bit of a spoiler. Here's just a cover for next issue. Okay, it's got that kind of artwork that you go, whoa, that's pretty cool. All right, number 2, Sheltered. interesting. Very interesting. I'm kind of curious to see where this thing goes. It's one of those ones that it is Brisson Books. We do recommend it 'cause it's one of our local buddies. I do recommend it. Pick it up. This issue kind of had me going, okay, I kind of see where this is going, but knowing Ed, this is going to be one of those books at the end you'll be going, what the? Oh, more! So I recommend it. And by the way, this came out today. I looked at it, didn't pick it up. It might be a good read, but it was too cartoony for me, and I do have to watch my budget, so maybe someone will do a blog on this one. I don't know. But okay, a beautiful book. I've been enjoying this thing for a long time since it started back out again. Very BD-esque, like my BD. Good issue this week. Profit. I mean, you want that kind of surrealistic sci-fi future stuff, this is what you're going to pick up. I mean, it's so cool. It's BD, it's fun. I mean, a little bit of manga thrown in this issue.
What?
Good one.
How is there manga in it?
This will be a Kira-looking face in that panel.
Oh.
Okay. All right. A big weak spot for this guy. Always had a spot for this guy. I love Ted McGeever stuff, and of course, Miniature Jesus. I love this book. It's fun. It's a bit odd size. It's a fun series. Ooh, next month's cover looks pretty good. This is one of those things where I want to meet this guy and just go, dude, let's have some absinthe together. This guy is wicked cool. It's a good series. I'm enjoying it. Fun read. Which leads me to the all-around cover of the week. You might not realize it, but I think this is the best cover this week. Kick-ass. Just because you look at, some guy in a chair, but when you really look at it, dude's covered in blood, man. That's a cool read. The actual story itself, Kick-ass, I hate to say it, I'm getting a little bored. I'm sorry, it's going to be a bit repetitive. But like I said, it's still a fun read. It is the cover of the week. There's only one more to go. This is one of Allison's books. Fatal. And once she can read it, I guarantee you she'll tell you that she likes it, she enjoyed it. This is one of those series that when you really want to take time to get into a story, this is it. So that's pretty much it for another condensed version of the Cool Comic Book Review Show, which is number 30, I think, this time. Yeah, we're at number 30, right? So as usual, like I said, tune in. We're going to try to get back up to speed as people start getting healthy again. And then we have more time. Once again, we want sponsors, benefactors. You know where to find us. That's pretty much it. And for any questions, you know where to find me. Go to comic book stores in Vancouver. You go to RX. Really simple. If you're in Montreal, Expert Comics. And
if you won't be at Expert Comics.
I'm here. I'm in Vancouver.
Here.
And if you're in Ireland, Sub City. And if anyone asks me, none of those comic book stores that I plug sponsor me. So don't think that they're my sponsors. They're just people who are fans and like our show. That's it. So on that note, I'm going to stand here surrounded by all these toys. Yay. And realize how insane I am for having an addiction of comic books and toys. And
I'm going to go rest because I am injured. So
okay, we'll see you next time. All right, bye.